Hi YouTube, this is JustAm87. I have decided to do the tagged video Get to Know You by, I believe her name is it's luvbeingnatural. There are 5 questions. The first question is, what do you believe in? What is your middle name? If you had children, would you keep them natural and why? Do you think it takes a certain person to be natural? And lastly but not least, 5, a personal trait about yourself. What do I believe in? That is a very broad question. So I just, the first thing that comes to mind is my beliefs in my religion beliefs. I am a Christian. I do attend a non-denominational church. I believe that if God made all people, then all people of any race, culture, ethnicity, whether they're white, pink, black, or purple, they should all be celebrating God's life and celebrating the wonderful things that He does in their life, as well as come together when things aren't going well, when they are in despair. The second question, I'm gonna leave that at that. The second question is, what is your middle name? My middle name is Lee. So my first name, Amber, and Lee. Amber Lee. However, I do spell it differently. I spell it Leigh. The second question is, if you do have children, will you keep them natural? I'm not married and I do not have any children. However, if I do have children, I will keep them natural. I believe that being a natural natural haired woman, I should say. I believe that I am the way God intended me to be. My hair is, the way it's supposed to be, curly, nappy, whatever you want to call it. So I do plan to keep my children natural, and if they decide to get a perm or go through the whole process themselves, I would promote them to do it themselves and come up with the decision of that to be natural themselves, or I would hope that they came to that decision. Like I did, my mom told me, my mom was always, are you sure you want to get a perm? And I would be, yeah, because I wanted to experience having a perm and taking care of it myself. So I would promote them being natural. However, if they wanted to get a perm or a jerry curl or whatever it is that, any type of chemical that they want to put in their hair, I would forewarn them, but that would be their decision. I did read an article in, I believe it was Essence magazine, and it sparked my interest because the little girl, it was about a mom and her child, and the little girl's name was Amber too, so I went ahead and read it just because we had the same name. And it talked about she talked about her daughter and keeping her hair natural, and I thought it was interesting because the little girl, I think it was Halloween, and she wanted to be Wonder Woman. And of course, Wonder Woman is a Caucasian heroic figure, and she has long black hair. So the little girl says, I think she wore the wig, and then the wig ended up being more to manage than her own natural hair. So she went to her mom with the wig. Mom, can I just wear 2 Afro puffs? So I thought that was a very, very classic idea of natural hair, and I thought it was an interesting incident because being out in the your natural hair isn't socially accepted all the time, and for a little girl at the age of 5 to love her own natural hair, I thought that was just a wonderful thing. So I thought I'd share that with you, and that's what comes to mind when the question is asked, if you had children, would you keep them natural? The third question is, do you think it takes a certain kind of person to be natural? Yes, I do. I think it takes a bold person. I think it takes a creative person, and it takes someone willing to do the research and willing to get on YouTube and watch the videos and take the time out to take care of their hair. I say bold because, like I discussed earlier, natural hair isn't always socially accepted. I've had people anyone from my family to people at the bus corner tell me, you need to comb your hair. Your hair is a little wild, or this, that, and the other thing. You need to brush it on the side. So it takes someone willing to put up with all the mess that people are gonna have to say, and all these other critics. I've had man, I can't even begin to tell you the stupid things that people say about my natural hair. It's like a rude compliment. I remember Dollface Barbie was talking about a rude compliment. You're kind of cute for a black girl, or your hair is pretty pretty detangled for a dark skinned girl. It just ridiculousness. Anyway, so yeah, and I say creative because being natural, you have to have your own creativity. You can watch as many YouTube videos as you want, but everybody has a different length, a different type, a different texture to their hair. So you may do a style, but it's not going to be exactly the same. And you have to put your own touch on it. Like, somebody may do a updo, but you're going to have to tuck your ends in because they're damaged. Or you're going to have to make it a protective style because, you have a different length, or whatever the case. So I believe it takes a certain amount of creativity, which is what you're born with. You're creative with the way you get up in the morning and the way you put your pants on, whatever the case. So yeah, you have to be creative, and you have to be willing to do the research, because it took I think I said in my hair vlog, I wasn't willing to do the research when I was growing my hair natural. I just partied right here and then I knew that oil was, those are the stereotypical grease to put in your hair. I just knew that I needed to keep my hair, put grease in it and keep the part in the circle. So I didn't know about the deep conditioning and all that. So it takes, you have to definitely take your time and do your research about, keeping natural hair, period. And the fifth trait, is name something personal about yourself. Those of you that know me personally, I laugh when I get nervous. It's I don't, maybe people don't notice. Maybe people just think I'm generally a goofy person, which I am, but at the same time, when I'm in an interview, or it's kind of annoying because I'll be in an interview and tell me a little bit about yourself. Like, you can't do that. It makes me laugh now because it's ridiculous. So yeah, I laugh when I get nervous, when I'm on a date, or I'm just talking to anyone for that matter. They'll ask a question and I'll laugh, and it makes me nervous. So who knows? That's just me being my creative myself, me. But anyway, it was nice talking to you guys. And I'm going to tag, hopefully they'll get this, I'm going to tag Bronze Cutie, High Maintenance. Her name, I'm not sure how to pronounce her name, but I'll post the names at the end of this video. And Roblate 82. So I hope that you guys get the video and you enjoyed watching, and I hope I didn't just chatter off too much. But anyway, talk to you guys soon. Bye.